Here we are with another Friday Night Live, February 17th, 2023. And wow, we're past the halfway mark of this month. We got time's just flying. Hope everybody's doing freaking amazing, enjoying every moment of their lives, living it and loving it. I am. And I hope you are too. When we choose to live a simple lifestyle, it's not much to concern ourselves about because it's a simple lifestyle. And we try and keep our direction always in peace, balance, correct conduct, as to move towards balance. That's the key. Always balance, balance, balance. So much nonsense about chemistry out there with diets and everything, as if you're going to be able to control the chemistry of your body. Good luck. Good luck looking through that small viewing window of chemistry in matter state. It's something that people believe. They believe they can do that. But I have not seen anybody come even remotely close to controlling the chemistry of their body. They can swing the pH of their fluids, but the body's going to do what it's going to do, right? Environments dictate outcome. Whatever we put into our physical body by ingesting our environments, it's going to have to deal with it. It's got no choice. We make it do what it needs to do. And, it's just with diets, the bloodstream's got to be that 7.365 pH, I believe. If it moves, a fraction of a decimal point, can be havoc. So the body's got to maintain that equilibrium of the bloodstream. That's how important the sewer system is. The bloodstream, it's vital for us to keep us alive, because it's continuously handling all the assaults from internal and external. And that's the bloodstream's job, to continuously move and flow and stay oxygenated so it can handle all that. And of course, it's attached to our emotions. So there's a lot to deal with for the bloodstream of the body. And the heart is the valve. It's not a pump, it's just a valve to keep the flowing happening. Blood actually spins through a vortex through the veins. As we know, implosion vortex is the way creation works. Explosions is destructions. So implosions is how things get brought back to balance. You just spin water through a vortex, completely changes it, right? I have a little vortex pipe on my in my home, small pipe, and it's got a spiral thing inside where the water goes through. It has to spin it into itself. And if you measure the chlorine on one end before it goes in, and then on the other end, you'll see, I can't remember, it was like about 70% drop in chlorine. There's no physical filter. It's just vortexing the water. So if you would vortex it longer, you would see more benefit. And they do make a longer one now. It's like 3 times the cost. They were like $500-600 way back for a small piece of pipe. And the new ones are like 1,500, depending on the size of the pipe, of course. Whether you have a 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch coming into your home. Well, that's in this area. All the newer homes are 3/4. And if it's a big, huge home mansion, it'll probably have a 1 inch coming in to be able to support and keep the pressure throughout the house. But water leaving our home is better quality than what comes in, even after we've done what we've done with it, because it's changed. So can you imagine if they put these vortexes in all these main city plumbings, and every house had one? It completely changed the state of the water, where it's all being dumped in the processing plants and the lakes and so on and so forth, just by vortexing it. Of course, we humans dump all kinds of garbage in the water system, but it would be interesting to do experiments on continual vortexing and take samples over time. Let's say, over an hour, over 12 hours, over 24 hours, over 2 days, see if there's differences when we do an analysis on that water, see what we can eliminate just by vortexing without any filtration. If there's sediment, I don't know how much the vortex can do to sediment, but it can if it's affecting chlorine. Chlorine's a gas, and it's not able to escape the inside of a copper pipe, so it has to be changing in the matter state. It has to be affecting the matter of that element, that gas. And this is from many years ago when I was into water, but I like good quality water to make our teas, our herbal teas, and anything else that we use it for, if we're going to be cooking anything with, or mixing the water with whatever else we're doing. We want to have good quality water. I have an ionizer, a filtration for the drinking water and cooking water. We have, that was out of all those years of researching water and trying different things, it's the best tasting water that I've found, unless you're at a beautiful mountain spring, and that's a whole different category. It's created by nature. You can't beat that. But for in-home systems, this was the best by far. Everybody who drinks this water loves it. I don't drink water anymore. I'll have a taste every once in a while just to remember what it tastes like. This water's sacred. It's a sacred fluid of this planet. But so much stuff. If the easiest way to process water is triple filter and then distilling it. If you have fluoride treatment, you're going to need to have a specific filter just to remove fluoride. Carbon blocks and everything won't remove fluoride. You need a specific fluoride filter. I can't remember the name of it. So triple filter, you have a couple of carbons, and you have first to have the fluoride one, then you have the rough carbon, and you have the fine polishing carbon. And just putting it through those free filters, it's going to be a good clean water. But if you want beautiful water, you can distill that, remove all the elements and any other chemical residues that the filtration did not get, because there's no filter does 100%, but they can be in the 98, 99% of removal for all the chemicals and stuff that's in our waterways, in our city. Potable water, it's all there. Distilling straight from city water, yeah, you can do that. I'll always distill from the filters, just because everything helps, because we're being bombarded in our food supply, the air, the water, the frequencies. It's just nonstop bombardment. Hey, Marco, we're being bombarded every which way. So if we're not having a lifestyle that fasting lifestyle, art of subtraction, to continuously work on purging out all these things that we're accumulating, we're not going to have a very good chance, right? We're not going to have a very good chance. So we have to be very prudent and be wise on everything that we do in this lifestyle, especially today more than ever. We're being radiated on all the time, all the different frequencies. If you would get a Geiger counter, you can measure yourself, and then you can see how much radiation you're accumulating. Inside of a plane, it's all radiation. And that's why, what do? We fly dry if we're flying. I haven't flown in a long time, but flying dry, there's just no comparison. You reset yourself very quickly, sun gaze when you get there, different time change, and voila, all is beautiful. So all these tools that we've been sharing in the Master Fast realm are vital more now than ever, with how we are being poured on with all kinds of nonsense that shouldn't be allowed, but it is, because nobody is held accountable, right? Mankind does not hold each other accountable on the most important thing: take care of this planet, Mother Earth. Because without the planet in good state, how are we going to be in a good state? And we've affected negatively the whole freaking planet. Poor Mother Earth. So it's time that we can make some changes and help the planet as much as we can, because there's lots of things that we can do. There's lots of wonderful technologies that have come out to help clean things up, and so on and so forth. We just need to utilize them. Cleaning up the oceans, how much garbage plastics are in the oceans. My goodness gracious. There's tons and tons and tons and tons of plastics. There's people started cleaning up the oceans. Wonderful. But if we don't start dumping, it's never going to be able to, you're never going to be able to clean it up. What do they say? There's a big mass floating the size of Texas or something in the ocean. It just accumulates it all. And then what's throughout the rest of all the oceans and seas that is not floating around in a mass? Well, who knows? Could be as big as a continent if you put it all together, all the plastics that we've dumped. Yeah. So yeah, it can be all the waste plastics, if it can't be recycled, be made into fuels. Yeah, oh yeah, carbon's not good. No. Without carbon, we won't exist. Nothing wrong with burning a little bit fuels, natural gas and stuff. Natural gas is pretty clean. But the carbon, carbon, plants need carbon. Plants need carbon. Greenhouses or have carbon producers in the greenhouse so the plants can grow better. They add carbon. No carbon, no plant life. From, I think it was Greg Braden, the planet is in its greenest state now in a long time because of all the extra carbon. What does that tell you? And they want to tax us for all this carbon stuff. Carbon footprint nonsense. We can't live without carbon. We're carbon-based beings. All life form on this planet are carbon-based beings, every life form. We take away the carbon, we're done. Sugar's carbon-based. We're not talking processed sugars. Natural, beautiful sugars from fruit, natural sugars, fructose, which the body requires. Carbon, and it requires the carbon, so it can easily make it through the fruit sugars. That's why fruit is the easiest for our physical bodies to process, more so than any other foods. Leafy greens, herbs, fruit is the easiest. That's why. What do we do with herbs? We're making teas. We're using the information, which is very easy to process, and we're using it to make tinctures. Tinctures are very easily to process. You can eat greens if you like. That's not an issue. But it's for what we're doing in the fasting state. We don't want to be ingesting any fibrous materials, right, that are digestible. So that's why the only thing we're using is the psyllium husk, which the body can't digest. It's just a fiber, dead fiber. We have that. We have the clay and the activated charcoal, which makes our plasma pudding, which is an amazing, simple product that helps us so much during the fasting state in this toxic wasteland that we've created on this planet. We need all the help we can get. All the crucial necessity of using herbs these days is understated. We need to keep those energy channels open in our physical, mental, and emotional bodies when we're in these fasting states, because so much things that we've accumulated in the physical, mental, emotional that are not found in their natural states and nature, and it causes all kinds of challenges. When the body's trying to purge these things, the body's going, what the hell is this stuff? I got to get this thing out of me. And it's trying to move things out, and things get stuck. And, that's why we're doing so much washing the colon. And we're washing from above by drinking the cooked juices that we use. Such simple things that we're doing, they were profoundly amazing. So yeah, being in the fasting state is a beautiful place. And we continue to nourish ourselves in the fasting state through the fields of the divine, right? The plaf, we call them plaf. Plasma love always flowing. The divine plaf. We continuously nourish ourselves through doing things in the direction of peace, balance, correct conduct. We can nourish ourselves through being in nature, through doing things we love to do, through many different things besides eating physical foods. The physical foods are at the bottom of the list as far as nourishment, because the body needs to do so much work to process physical foods. And do we enjoy eating? My goodness, of course we enjoy eating. We love eating, but we love fasting way more. So keep those cycles happening, you know? Fasting and eating, fasting and eating, fasting and eating over and over and over and over again. That's the lifestyle. That's the lifestyle. And we got our dry fasting windows. We have our liquid windows, and we have our eating windows. And we just continuously cycle them over and over and over again so that the body can continuously purge and be nourished. The body gets true nourishment from purging. Why do you think the body starts to regenerate and heal, you know, so beautifully and wonderfully with nothingness? As we purge, things correct themselves. And how does it do that? Well, it's not doing it with physicality, that's for sure. It's doing it through the soul, from source, through the fields. It's using fields, and everything we use in Master Fast, the system is it's all for the fields. You know, we're not focusing anything on matter. We're not focusing on vitamins, minerals, amino acids, fats, calories, nutrition. We don't really care about any of that stuff because it's all theory. It's all theory. And my belief system is the true nourishment cannot come from physicality. That's my wholehearted belief system after being in fasting journey for 33 years. It has to come from the fields to be true nourishment. And the fields, all the things we've talked about, can come from other people, can come from animals, can come from any other part of nature, plants, right? Fasting state. It's where we get the true nourishment, and takes time to be able to allow the body to process the fields efficiently, and it won't do it until there's a cleaner GI tract. The plasma vacuum tube has to be in a certain cleanliness state, and that's going to take time. It's going to take time. How long? As long as it takes. You know, I'm doing 108 days of level 7 would not be enough time to clean the GI tract, the plasma vacuum tube. It's a good start. Like we say, 9 years is a good start. But it does, you know, good job, very good job, 108 days, 3.5 months, you know, 40 days. You can do a little bit of cleaning, but 108 days does a much better cleanse. But the thing is that if you're not living a loving lifestyle, what are you going to do after 108 days? How are you going to react if you've never fasted or fasted even that long? If you fasted before and never fasted that long, how are you going to react with your emotions? Nobody knows until they go through it. Nobody knows until they actually go through it themselves to gain the understanding of saying, whoa, so this is what everybody's talking about. Because you can listen to people talking, but you're not going to really know everything. The understandings come through the experiences. And the more we can do these fasting eating cycles, breaking a fast over and over, the more we train ourselves, the more we can learn to embrace all that comes our way without, being too overwhelmed and going cuckoo and eating anything and everything in sight and putting ourselves in very dangerous situations. We don't need that. We don't need that. Slow, steady is how we win the race. There's really no race to win. It's a lifetime journey that we continue and continue and continue and continue, and until we leave the physicality and go into the next realm, the limitless realm, where we came from. We return. So yeah. Caleb, Michael, did Jesus Christ dry fast the whole 40 days? That's what I understand. If it talks about he did it in the desert, so there's not much water in the desert, right? I believe it was a dry fast. Fast is the only true fast is a dry fast, right? Everything else is we're trying to mimic, drinking water, you're drinking the juice and everything, we're mimicking. It's not the true fast. Everything happens in the dry fasting state. And the miraculous sense of being and connections, it always happens in that dry fasting state. All the rejuvenation repairs with the power of the fields of the divine, it happens in the dry fasting state. The liquid states, when we're on the liquids, these are the washing of, helping the body wash out what the body did during the dry fasting state. That's why we're cycling back and forth. We're squeezing like a dirty sponge, squeeze, dry, right? And then we wash, squeeze, wash, squeeze, wash, squeeze, wash. So that's the simplicity of it. And we're doing it over and over and over as a lifestyle. Because if we're not, we're accumulating. Caleb, Michael, that's what I understand now. If it's possible, absolutely possible. What do you mean if it's possible? Of course it's possible. I know somebody is in my class. He did 40 days growing up as a young, I think he was a young teenager. For spiritual reasons, he did 40-day dry. Yeah. And there's many, many other people. Well, maybe not many, but there's people that are doing that. I've shared my the time, when was it, about 2 years ago, when I was doing the basement here, laying down the tile work. I was in a dry fasting state for the most part for 45 days. I consumed approximately 5 liters, plus or minus, in total in that time. And I had amazing clarity and energy. And there was a lot of physical, hard work, heavy cement, heavy tiles. Everything you pick up is heavy. And I was able to do that. I could have went longer. I just, emotions start taking over with so much things going on in my life at the time that we get taken over by emotions. But of course it's possible, but not just anybody's going to be able to start and do a 40-day dry fast. They're going to kill themselves. They're going to drown in their own filth, is the terminology we use. Body, you have to work on cleaning out the body. clean up that plasma vacuum tube. The dry fasting successes will be much easier and better when we clean out the plasma vacuum tube. Even Prophet Moses did it twice, 40 days. Yep, of course. Wow, what a great testimony. Yeah, it's we've been sharing. That's all we've been doing in this realm, sharing our experiences. Nothing else, just sharing our experiences, so people can be inspired, and they can continuously inspire us back, because it works both ways. We need inspiration just like you guys. I did it for so many years alone. It was, and it was, you know, it was the way it had to be. There was no other choice back then. Now we have the wonderful world of the internet, where we can connect with anybody around the world and support each other very easily. So it's a matter of building the belief system through cycles of what we're doing in Master Fasting. That's all it is, living the lifestyle. You're cycling the dry, wet, and eating windows when you're eating, on your eating days. You're just cycling that over and over and over and over again, and training yourself, and training the physical, the mental, emotional, and your belief system. We need to revamp our belief system. We need to purge out the old software, delete over and over, and bring in the new software. Through the experiences, we are reprogramming ourselves and building all that up, all our belief system and so on and so forth. We're continuously building that up, so that we know that we learn to know that everything's possible. And it's just takes time. How long does it take? As long as it takes. You can't rush this. Anybody who tries to rush it gets themselves in trouble. Anybody who tries to push themselves gets themselves in trouble. They try and push themselves with too much dry fasting and stuff. There's one too many people got themselves in trouble. We don't need to see that. You got your whole life ahead of you. Take your time. Use all the tools that we have in our tool section of the protocol, and support yourself as best you possibly can with as much herbal formulas as you can. We like the Last Supper 12, and you can add 2, 3, 4 more if you really wanted to, if you're in a really challenged state that you need all the help you can get. The 12 for 80 to 90% of people would probably be enough for really, really good support. With a few people, they do need a little bit extra support, not a whole lot. We don't want to go much more than that anyway. And so it's interesting times with this lifestyle. A lot of interesting experiences. Every fast is unique. We learn something new every fast. If we pay attention and we ask the correct questions, we will learn something new with every fast. We learn something new with everybody else's fasts as they continuously share their journeys and ask questions and so on. We're learning all the time. It never stops. The learning never stops. When we stop learning, time to perish. So the prophets, why did they fast? Because fasting is the spiritual lifestyle. That's what it is. Fasting is the spiritual lifestyle. And that's the lifestyle we want to live. Physical realm, it's limited and it's temporary here of time. So what are we gonna, how are we gonna live when we leave the physical body? We want to be in a really good state, first of all, in that transition. We want to be in a nice, beautiful state, and fasting state will allow us to do a beautiful transition when it's time to leave the physicality. You know, can we extend the physical life here and the quality? Absolutely. But it, you know, when it's time, it's time. We don't know that time. You know, why do we know we can extend life if we fast? Because they've done so many studies on mice and rats. They live way longer and much healthier. It helps me to pray longer whenever I do fasting. Awesome. Yeah. There's much more clarity with our prayers and meditation. It's just a beautiful place to be. But we have to train ourselves to love it, because the monkey mind is going to keep continuously playing bullcrap in our heads. You know, this, or you can't do that, you can't do this, too much, you're going to kill yourself, too dry, too this, too this. It continuously goes on. This monkey mind doesn't stop. So prayer and meditation is going to help us stay sane as we train ourselves to fast. Doesn't matter how many years, the monkey mind does not stop. So why pay attention to it? You know, just allow the information to flow through. Don't grab onto it. Don't feel it's yours. And you know, use the we can use the wonderful tools, you know, that we have. The herbs are beautiful at helping. We have the essential oils. That's the word I'm looking for. Plaf. Hey, Anthony. We love the essential oils. They really help with emotion. What are they? This is the field of the plant. We're just sniffing them, right? We're just sniffing them. It's the fields of the plant. The tinctures is the fields of the plant. The tea, it's the fields of the plant. That's all we're connecting with when they give us so much assistance in our dry fasting states. So yeah, use the tools. Use the tools, and they're your best friends, especially when you're starting off this fasting lifestyle. They're always useful. Like for me, I love my herbal highly elevated friends. I just love using herbs. They are the best friends. They assist us in so many ways. It's just a wonderful, wonderful thing that the Creator created for us to use. And you know, the more obstructive we are, the more help we're going to get from these wonderful things. These things, beautiful beings. They're not things. They're actually living beings. The vertical people. The plant kingdom, we call them the vertical people. Right? So yeah. Nice to see you, Anthony. How's it going? Everything okay? Down in the warm counties? Are you still down there? California. I've only been to California once, San Diego, many, many, many years ago. Street Smart Business Camp. That was, what was his name? Doing good, thanks. Yeah, well, Florida. So you're in Florida. Never been to Florida. Never been. Would like to go. One of my uncles is there now. I should go take a visit in Florida. Florida, they say, is beautiful too. Still living the MFS lifestyle. Why wouldn't we? But Anthony, why would we go want to live any other once you've had a complete transformation, like huge, when I remember. It's a huge transformation. So yeah, why do we want to do anything else? I haven't found anything that does what master fasting does. Even up to this point, I haven't found anything. Great State, they're not banning books. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Yeah, they got a good governor over there. DeSantis seems to be for the people. We need more people like that. Yes, Gino, why wouldn't we? Yeah. Well, it's a good question, but all of us, we fall off the wagon sometimes, and then some people completely fall off the wagon and they don't get back on, which is really strange when they're not banning books. Yeah, it's really strange that, but, life happens, and, we go through traumas and so on and so forth. And instantly your life is going to change like that. It's just, anything can happen. So we need to be at our wits and use prudence and wisdom and continuously remember where we came from. And if we fall off the wagon for a while, we need to get ourselves back up, because it's not a place we want to be. As we know, we got into trouble from being in those, off the wagon places, living a regular society lifestyle, building up those obstructions and throwing us way out of balance and getting us into pain, misery, and suffering, and sickness and diseases, whatever fictitious diseases they are. But that's what people know that they are, the names of them that the pharma cartel has created. Anthony, but living in the tropics helps a lot to get back up when I fall, but I always get back. Yeah. Yeah, the heat, it really is like this winter, we've had a very mild winter. We embrace it. We thank for that. It's very rare that we get mild winter like we did this year. It's not over yet, but it's been very mild. And it's a lot more energy consumed when it's cold to fast. It's really tough fasting in the cold, so you need to do things to keep warm in the cold. Even in the hot climates, you can get cold, but in the cold weather, it's much harder. So I'm using the hot water bottle at night to keep myself warm. I had a couple of nights that I couldn't get that warmth in, and just get the hot water bottle out, and works great. So yeah, many tools, saunas, breath work, movement, just wear extra clothes, keep your feet warm, with wool, natural fiber socks. Wool's really good, and mohair, it's the best. A lot more expensive, but they'll last you a long time if you get good quality. The heat and the fruit is plentiful, less temptations, but overall I'm more in control by feeling the benefits of less is more. Absolutely. When we add and continuously add, they're going, why are we doing this? We enjoy the act of eating, the flavors and the social aspects. We enjoy that. We love that, especially being Italian. We're both Italian. You can't get around. We love that. We were bred into that. But the actual state of being and the wellness of living with less, you cannot compare with anything. You just can't, and now I'm in a fasting state, and it's just like, how can you compare an eating state with a fasting state? I don't care what you eat. It's just two different experiences. One is of the fields and one is of the matter, right? They're two different states. So we want to be in a balance between both, and over time, as we get up there in the numbers of age, we want to, go less and less. People in generally, as they get older and they get up in age, I don't want to say older, but they eat less. And the ones who can't control themselves with the food, they don't live too long. Big eaters do not live long. People that are obese do not live long. Overweight do not live long. But yeah. My biggest hurdle was the emotional challenges of the social eating, and now I'm not even challenged. Awesome. So you've built up your field strength on my 6th year MFS. Isn't that amazing? Awesome, brother. Awesome. So many people, just every once in a while pop in, touch base so we know what's happening. It's really, we love hearing from you guys. And this is what it's all about, people living and loving the lifestyle. It's such a simple lifestyle. There's nothing more simple. We have so many tools and infinite ways for each individual to make it livable for themselves. Infinite ways with the Master Fast protocols. Within the protocol, there's infinite ways that you can do it. You can do 2, 3, 4 days a week, 5 days a week, 6 days a week. You can do every couple of weeks. You can do, you have your fasting cycle. You can do it, every 3 weeks. You can do it every month, but I wouldn't go less than every month, because then you start accumulating really high. I know a couple of people doing like 9 days a month, and they really felt wonderful with doing 9 days a month in a row. So, everybody's going to find their ways. There's infinite ways to do it. Embrace it, love it, live it, love it. And that's the key. If you don't love it, you ain't going to live it. So we need to love a fasting lifestyle. And that takes time to acquire a taste for a fasting lifestyle, because that monkey mind is continuously working and continuously bombarding us with all bull crap. And it's going to take time to build our field strength, like Anthony has done, so that stuff, okay, it's there, but okay, no big deal. I'm living this lifestyle. I feel too good to want to, fall back into that old way of living. So I continuously live this lifestyle. Yeah, I fall off here and there, no big deal. And take control of it and move on. And as time goes on, your field strength gets stronger and stronger and stronger. So, Anthony's been doing 6 years. Come on, folks, 6 years. That's when we've been sharing this for, it's over 8 years now. So yeah, it's everything's possible. Everything's possible. Go check out Anthony's video, testimonial. You'll find it in the Saturday Night Lives, and and you can see the differences from his old photos to now. It's dramatic changes. I do 7 to 12 days a month, full MFS. There you go. See, then level 4 or 5 is very doable for me. Depends on the season. Yeah. See, everybody's going to find their ways. That's awesome. 7 to 12 days a month. Beautiful. And as time goes on, may go up, may go down a bit, up, whatever. We don't know, because life happens. So, but we want to thrive and move in that direction of less and less and less. But, we want to enjoy ourselves too. And, social environments and so on and so forth. That's why years ago I used to fast on the weekends. And I said, every time I go out with social, and fasting. And I'm tired of telling people I'm fasting, and they're tired of listening to me. So I started doing it in the weekdays, and it actually is even better, fasting on your busy days, when you're working and stuff. And then on the weekends, you enjoy some social gatherings with people, if that's what you like to do. Just don't go cuckoo and hurt yourself. Be prudent in everything we do, especially breaking your fast, and especially and specifically when you do a longer fast. You really got to be careful. really need to be careful, be wise, be prudent. Look at, watch the videos, look at all the stories of people are sharing. A few people got themselves in real trouble. We don't want to go there. We want to avoid it. Some people have gone down the butcher path, farmer cartel. They're going to have challenges. They're going to have challenges. You got to purge all that stuff out. And surgeries and stuff, it's a lot of work for the physical body to do. But hey, it's all possible. We've seen it done. We've seen it done. I also started working in a medicinal plant shop. I found a tribe that understands this lifestyle, which helps a lot. Awesome. Awesome. Beautiful. Living the lifestyle. That's what it's all about, and loving it. And, being around people who are supporting you. What more can you ask for? What more can you ask for? I'm fortunate to have somebody who's, in the lifestyle as well. We're not always in sync on our fast, but it's emotions at play. Emotions, it's the volition and emotion is what sets our tone of life. Everything can be created through volition and emotion. And we want that to continue. Herbs are vital in my fasting lifestyle. Is the colon washing on dries? Oh yeah. Dries are hugely valuable too. It's glorified dry fast. MFS is a glorified dry fast. And the cleaner we have the colon going into the dry, and then the better the dry will be, the more effects the dry will be, and the more we'll get out of the dry. And as we come out, we wash it to do a thorough cleansing of all the work that the dry has done, right? All the loosening up and so on from the stuff we're continuously accumulating, which we can't escape in this realm, and moves out. So yeah, it's all in the protocol. Just read it and reread it and reread it, and as you're living it, you're going to get a really good understanding over time. It just takes time, and it takes what it takes. So I don't think anybody's pushed colon washing as much as we have. I haven't seen it out there. There's so many negative things about washing your colon. We've been pushing it because it's a vital part of the system, because of how powerful the master fasting purge is. We need to wash. There's nothing that purges like this, so we need to wash. It's vital. We need to support with herbs. Vital. Plasma pudding. Vital. Everything is going to help us, and does help us. I'm grateful for all I learned here turning 59 in March. We're the same age. You're just a few months older. I'm escaping age and enjoying the gym. So put on muscle too. That's how you put muscle on, right? You work the muscle. It's finding alignment more than balance. Yeah. Well said. Putting on muscle, living this lifestyle, fasting lifestyle, putting on muscle. People say it's not possible. Well, there's people doing it. So for the people not doing it, it's not possible. But the people doing it, it's possible. What do you want? Where do you want to be? That's what it's all about. And we can make it happen by following this type of lifestyle. So yeah, awesome. Where are we at? We're about an hour. If there's anything else you want to share, we can call it a night. And we'll see everybody back on the page. Next call is Wednesday, Facebook Live, 306 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We hope to see everybody there. Keep living it, keep loving it. There's people doing it. You know, it's happening. Make it happen. Or not. Choice is always yours. Great seeing you, Gino. Plaf, one and plaf to you, my friend, my brother. We'll see you guys back. Keep in touch. And voila. Ciao. Let's keep that plasma love always flowing and send it to all those lower field strengths that need it. Thank you.